Many years later, when Han Li met Ancestor Linghu once again, the old fox's face showed no emotion at all. With a calm, cloud-like demeanor, he invited Han Li to meet in private. This series of actions made Lu Luo, who stood nearby, extremely worried. His face looked as ugly as if he had been poisoned. He turned to Fire Dragon Child, who was traveling with him, and said, "Sai, let everything follow fate. If junior brother Han truly wants to return to Huang Feng Valley, could senior brother and I really bind him and stop him from going back?" At this moment, Han Li had just infiltrated Yin Yue's sect at night, snatched his wife Nangong Wan back and brought her to Luo Yun's sect. After that, he returned once more to Tiantian City, where the Southern Heavenly Region Trading Assembly was being held, to discuss the invasion of the Molang Steppe armies with the nascent soul stage cultivators of the Southern Heavenly Region. Unexpectedly, right after the meeting ended, Ancestor Linghu invited him to dinner. That night was probably the longest night Lu Luo had experienced in several hundred years. Luo Yun's sect had finally managed to cling on to a powerful backing, yet this Linghu bastard immediately tried to poach their talent upon meeting. However, Lu Luo's worries were clearly unnecessary. To Han Li, the current Huang Feng Valley, no longer held any emotional attachment. His master Li Huaiwan, as well as all his senior and junior fellow disciples, had already died. Even his former lover Chen Xiaohian was gone. Therefore, even if Ancestor Linghu were to gift Huang Feng Valley to him outright, Han Li would not want it. As it turned out, Han Li had indeed guessed correctly. This time, Ancestor Linghu truly intended to hand Huang Feng Valley over to him. The old fox went straight to the point, stating that Han Li currently ranked only third within Luo Yun's sect, and that both resources and authority were inevitably limited. If Han Li were willing to return to Huang Feng Valley, he would immediately retire on the spot and allow Han Li to take sole control of the sect. Moreover, within a few years, he would undergo tribulation and perish, and all of his accumulated wealth over 200 years would be handed over entirely to Han Li. Upon hearing this, Han Li was indeed somewhat tempted. However, after thinking it over, he realized that he would then be solely responsible for managing the entire sect. He would be exhausted to death. Where would he find the time to cultivate? Furthermore, the Nine Nations Alliance bordered the Molang Steppe, where battles broke out constantly day and night. Compared to that, staying with Lu Luo and Tian Ku was far more comfortable. Ever since he joined Luo Yun's sect, those two had practically never assigned him any tasks, yet still provided him with plenty of resources. Most importantly, Luo Yun's sect was full of beauties. At that thought, Han Li immediately rejected the offer. Seeing how resolute Han Li was, Ancestor Linghu's heart sank to the bottom. He then proposed using 3 heavy treasures, in exchange for Han Li making 3 appearances on behalf of Huang Feng Valley. He knew very clearly that after he perished in a few years, Huang Feng Valley would certainly face a catastrophic disaster. Whether the sect could survive or not depended entirely on Han Li standing before him. This was his final chance. After Han Li made 3 moves, no matter how long Huang Feng Valley could endure afterward, that would already be the best possible outcome. With that, he produced 3 treasures: the Blue Light Shield, a 7th-level demon core, and an ancient jade talisman. Upon seeing them, Han Li froze awkwardly in place. This can really be called heavy treasures. Given Han Li's current wealth, he truly could not look favorably upon such items. He thought to himself, "Good thing I didn't agree to take your fortune earlier. Damn it, what exactly have you been doing for 200 years? Especially that 7th-level demon core." The more he looked at it, the more his head hurt. Aren't these things everywhere in the chaotic Star Sea? Seeing Ancestor Linghu's sincere desire to protect his sect, and knowing that he himself could not simply stand by and watch Huang Feng Valley perish, Han Li clenched his teeth and agreed to the deal. When Han Li returned to the inn and saw Lu Luo and Mu peeling again, he did not mention a single word about meeting Ancestor Linghu. Lu Luo's suspended heart finally settled, and his face bloomed into a smile like 2 chrysanthemums. Because the Molang armies were attacking ferociously, Han Li was soon assigned a mission to reinforce Huanglong Mountain. Traveling with him were Gu Shuangpu of the Royal Spirit sect, and an elderly cultivator surnamed Ma from Hao Ran Pavilion. When the 2 nascent soul cultivators stationed at Huanglong Mountain saw that 3 cultivators of the same realm had arrived, they finally breathed a sigh of relief. They had been beaten senseless by the Molang forces these past few days. Originally, Huanglong Mountain had been guarded by 4 nascent soul cultivators. Now only 2 remained and both were injured. With Han Li's group arriving, they had no choice but to strike back. Otherwise, morale would collapse. They would already lose half the battle before fighting. The 3 immediately left the city. Below the city walls, a dense mass of Molang nascent soul spellcasters filled the field, clearly showing the enemy's determination this time. Their elite forces were fully mobilized. This time, the southern heavenly region was likely facing a brutal battle. The enemy also had 3 leaders. At the front stood Tian Ku, clad in black robes, with 2 Molang nascent soul cultivators, following behind him in a subservient manner. Soon after, one of them named Ku Yao stepped forward and shouted loudly, "Southern Heavenly Region, send someone out for a duel." On Han Li's side, the elderly cultivator surnamed Ma was the first to take the field. Both sides unleashed their strongest divine abilities, each hoping to establish merit. After a fierce battle, however, the 2 unexpectedly fought to a draw. In the second round, Tian Ku clearly lost his patience and stepped out personally to fight. The moment Han Li saw the opponent's ghost path cultivation techniques, he charged forward without hesitation. And Han Li, nicknamed the wholesale supplier of golden lightning bamboo, truly could not restrain himself when facing ghost path cultivators. Yet as soon as Tian Ku made his move, he underwent demonic transformation, taking on a form identical to one of the demonic avatars from 6 Extreme's true devil arts used by Wen Tianren in the past. Han Li was startled and asked instinctively, "What relationship do you have with the Arch-Saint 6 Paths of the Chaotic Star Sea?" However, Tian Ku clearly had no idea who that was. The Chaotic Star Sea was far too distant from the southern heavenly region. The question left him completely confused, seeing that the opponent did not recognize Arch-Saint 6 Paths. Han Li revealed a disappointed expression. Thus he casually flung out, "The heavenly lightning of repelling evil." In an instant, Tian Ku was slain, with even his nascent soul failing to escape. This battle left both sides utterly stunned. Tian Ku had previously slain 2 southern heavenly region nascent soul cultivators in battle, yet now he was erased by Han Li with a mere flick of the hand. It was utterly outrageous. Upon witnessing this scene, the Molang forces' morale collapsed, and they immediately retreated. Han Li, however, glanced at Gu Shuangpu beside him. With a sly smile, "This battle is really hard to fight. There's even an enemy spy on our side." Fortunately, Han Li cultivated the Great Evolution technique, and his divine sense rivaled that of a late nascent soul stage cultivator. He heard the opponent's sound transmissions with perfect clarity. Otherwise, he truly would have been played to death by the Molang forces. Thus, after returning to the city, Han Li began making plans. By making use of the spy, Gu Shuangpu, he intended to scheme viciously against the Molang forces. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating.